Welcome to another episode of No Script News. In the news, we have GameStop again. Now, last week they were in a bit of trouble. There was an article on Polygon about how GameStop managers are under constant pressure to perform. Now, being that I work in corporate restaurants, I can understand that pressure to perform. Each day you have to meet a quota. And if you don't meet that quota, you fall behind. Now that's the exact same pressure that GameStop has been under. But for GameStop, they haven't been performing for years and years and years, so the pressure is real. Now they tried doing everything to bring people in, to increase their revenue. They threw everything at the wall, but nothing seemed to stick. They tried becoming an electronic trading store. You're over there in GameStop looking at the latest games, thinking if you're gonna get Animal Crossing or Call of Duty 5. Then all of a sudden, they start talking to you about your phone, asking you about your data, if you wanna upgrade, and you're like, what, dude? I just wanna buy a video game. I'm not trying to give you my phone number. Getting people all confused. Where am I in? Am I in a Radio Shack? But everything that GameStop did failed. But this time they have a bright idea. It seems they want to be a community hub for gamers. A place for gamers to hang out with other like-minded gamers and do gamer stuff. For example, gone are the crowded shelves full of collectibles that nobody wants to buy, full of plushes and God, I don't know what they have on those shelves. And instead they have open space for interactivity. Tables set up for tabletop gaming that bring in the cool kids. They also have co-op stations where you can sit on a couch and play with somebody else. They also have interactivity stations where you can feel the controllers before you buy them, use the accessories before you buy them, try out those headphones before you buy them. They also have stations set up for tournaments where the first 15 minutes are free if you want to try a demo of a game. And then after that you pay by hour. And you can also rent out those stations too for birthday parties and tournaments and whatnot. And every Friday they seem to be hosting Fortnite Fridays in those stations. And they also have Dungeons and Dragon days for those tabletop games. See, what GameStop is betting on is that me and you want to leave our comfortable couches and our headsets and instead go and hang out with people in real life. And that's what GameStop is banking on. Now, it won't help GameStop if all we do is just go to those locations to play games and don't actually spend money. But they're hoping that over time we would want to spend money there. They're trying to make these GameStops into little mini YMCAs that serve every community that they're in. But they understand that that's tricky because what they're trying to do doesn't necessarily fit in every GameStop, especially in rural areas where their infrastructure isn't as good and their internet service kind of sucks, because all of this takes some juice. But at least they're trying something. Now, some people look at it as a Hail Mary, but Frank Hamlin, Chief Customer Officer, doesn't see it that way. He doesn't believe that GameStop is truly in trouble yet, but just lost. And this is their way to find their way back home. Now, he described himself as a suit that went to E3 in 2014, and he saw what it really meant to be a gamer. No, we're not all hiding in our mother's basements. We're not all trolls. Some of us are kind and just regular good people. So he wanted to understand his audience, his customers. And that's where these ideas of these GameStop laboratories came. But at the time, his ideas were rejected by the higher ups at GameStop, and he ended up quitting. And in 2018, he was called back, and he agreed to return on his terms. He wanted to experiment with these laboratories to create little meccas for gamers to go to. He used the analogy of the Vatican, and he said, and I quote, "I came back from E3 in 2014, and I went to the then regime and said, we are missing on an enormous opportunity. And I said, and I used this incredibly politically incorrectly, if E3 is the Vatican, Why is GameStop not the local church? And there it was. The idea is not that bad. Everybody wants to go to a game convention. Well, not right now because of, the CV. But I want to go to one. The average gamer wants to go to one. Hardcore gamers want to go to one. Everybody wants to go to conventions. Now, all of us can't afford to go to conventions, or they don't fit in our calendars because we have to work and other issues. But if we can have a little mini convention, let's say on the weekends, or every other weekend, maybe once a month, go to your local GameStop for a tournament, maybe for some kind of event, I can see that being an appeal. I can see gamers and GameStop actually building a relationship. So I don't really know if this is gonna work, but I might be inclined to go out and hang out with some gamers. It might be a good place to find a date, to tell you the truth. Especially for gamers, you can find yourself a gamer girl. You don't have to worry about playing video games or her getting mad at you playing video games, talking about video games, because she's into the culture. She understands. So shit, GameStop should probably be a damn Tinder for gamers if they really want to bring people in. See, instead of speed dating, you're actually like speed playing, speed co-op with the girl next door. See if you guys are a fit. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Now I got ideas for GameStop. GameStop over there trying to be more interactive. Yeah, I can make things interactive. I think it sounds like a cool idea, but man, we love our couches. You know what I mean? Yeah, I really don't know if it's gonna work. I really don't. But they gotta do something, because what they're doing now isn't working. If you happen to come across one of these new laboratory GameStops, I say you go in there and give it a try. Who knows? It might just be the next big thing. A new Chuck E. Cheese. Turns out they sell snacks and monsters too. And they have a restroom. So who knows? You might be able to take a date in there. And that's gonna do it for this episode of No Script News. Remember, when shit's the fan, run.